welcome back to my channel. It's been a really long time since I've done a video, so I figured today I would do my 2020 planner favorites. I know this planner says 2021, but it is for 2020, and I was inspired to do this video because of Desiree with Happy to Plan. She did a similar video, which I will link below in the description of this video. But it also partially was inspired by some makeup videos. That's another thing that I sometimes tend to watch on YouTube. But a lot of makeup gurus will do a best of the year makeup products, and they organize it by category. So I think that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm going to start off with the category of planners. So I am one and now two planner kind of person. So I do most of my daily planning in a classic size vertical planner. And I started off the year with a horizontal planner, but then very quickly switched over to this wild styled 18-month planner. So starting probably in May or June I started redating pages from this planner to use in my yearly. And so I'll show you the inside. This is actually from a different planner. But my favorite layout, of course, is classic vertical, and the wild style planner is so nice because it is just completely neutral, and there is very minimal color, just some color on the months, and then everything else is just black and white, clean lines, no stripes or even any decoration down the middle. And so this has been my favorite planner pretty much since I started planning with Happy Planner. And if you are interested in seeing a flip through of this planner, please let me know. But this has been my favorite all year long. I use it with the metal discs that it came with. It's kind of like a silver or rose gold color, but this is my go-to. And the second planner that I used this year, again, I started about halfway through, and this is a big vertical planner, and this is the Be Bold. The inside pages are exactly the same as the wild styled planner, so I'll show you here. This is what the year at a glance looks like for this planner as well as the wild styled one. But what I've been using this planner for is memory keeping, and you can see I started in July, which is when this planner starts. And it's really nice. I like using the big vertical planner for memory keeping because there's a lot of room to decorate. There's a lot of room to put pictures and journal. Initially, I wasn't using the monthly pages, but I think starting in September, I started putting one memory a day on my monthly pages. Yeah, so I did it for September, October, November, and then I have been doing it for December, but I need to kind of get caught up. So again, if you'd like to see a flip through of either this or my classic vertical planner, just comment down below. So the next category is filler paper, and I have two planners that I keep them in because they're two different sizes, and these are things that, again, I use pretty much on a daily or weekly basis, and I just put them in with some custom, or one is a custom cover. This is the classic Disney cover that the Happy Planner just recently released. And then this is a planner from, like a classic skinny planner that I just put on some pink discs, and then this one's on gold glitter discs. But this is a way for me to keep all of my filler paper in one place so that I can grab them whenever I need them, and it's very easy. And I got this idea from Rochelle, from Plans with Rochelle, and so I'll link her video down below as well, where she goes through and does all this organization. But I'll show you some of my favorites here. So for the skinny classic size, the half sheets, the favorite sheet that I use all the time, my favorite is this. This is the Happy List page. This is from Stephanie Fleming's release. But then I also really like the the Disney Minnie one. And this is great just if you have a really busy day and you just need a list, a checklist for errands or shopping list, whatever you need it for. And I went ahead and just took these. I think these are from another skinny classic planner, but I just used the dividers and then redated them with a colorful box sticker. So I categorize my half sheets by lists, weekly sheets, and then lined and miscellaneous at the very bottom here. I don't know if you can see. So that was my favorite. My favorites are the list pages, and then I also really love these weekly pages. There are 1,000,001 different uses for these, but my main use is to actually jot down notes for my memory keeping, because I do it at the end of the week, and so by Sunday I've already forgotten what happened on Monday, and so I just jot down some quick notes here on this sheet, take it out, put it in my big classic planner, and then I'm good to go for memory planning for that week. But a lot of people use these for like meal planning, weekly workouts, their significant other schedule or kid schedules, things like that. So those are my favorite half sheets. And then next are my favorite classic size filler paper. And so again, I put this on discs with the Disney Custom Planner. And again, I used some dividers and just categorized them as daily sheets, dot grid paper, line paper, and then at the bottom, list paper. And then the last one is specialty. And so my favorites for these are, of course, the daily pages. So this is one page that came with the newest Happy Planner winter release. And I love this because it's an hourly page, but then you also get a full half sheet of checklists on the other side, and then a little box where you can put your day's top priorities. And on the back, it's just dot grid paper. So I love these. And then I also love these sheets that came from I believe it was the fall release. And again, it's a similar setup, but this one just has the checklist and then some boxes for your top priorities without the hourly layout. And then the last one is, well, these aren't really daily sheets, but these are kind of miscellaneous lined and dot grid sheets from the Disney release. And then my favorite dot grid paper, I will show you here. Where is it? This is my favorite dot grid paper. It actually came out with the custom planners release, but I love that it's completely plain. It's dot grid front and back, and it just has kind of like this black paint swatch down the center. There's no color. You can really add whatever color you would like for it. And so I use this because if there's like a trip that I'm going on, or if somebody's coming to visit me and I want to just jot down all of the notes related to that in one place, I'll put it down on this dot grid, and then I'll put it actually in my monthly, in between my monthly pages in my classic planner for the month that event's happening. And it's really, really convenient. So my last filler paper sheet that I really love. This actually doesn't come it's not sold as separate filler paper, but it is part of the monthly planner. I believe this is the Vintage Botanicals monthly planner. And I just took out some of those pages because I ended up not using that planner regularly, but this is, again, perfect for keeping running checklists, and you can categorize it because it's kind of spaced out like that. And so again, I take this out and I put it in the middle of my monthly pages in my main planner, and I can categorize it by like work, errands, home to-dos and things like that. And then once I'm done with this page, again, you can see it's front and back, but once I'm done with this page, then I just take it out and toss it usually, because I don't really decorate these pages. It's purely functional. So I love keeping all of these pages in one place so that whenever I need it, I can just go and grab it. And I'll show you in a little bit where I store all of these so that they're all within arm's reach. Okay, so on to the next category of stickers. I'm sure this is everyone's favorite category and the hardest category to narrow it down. And so I did my best. I was originally going to do my top 3 sticker books, and I couldn't do it. It just was too hard, and so I ended up doing my top 5 sticker books. So I'll go through each of them individually very quickly here. The first one is no surprise to anyone. It is the classic Colorful Boxes sticker book. This I use pretty much every week. It has all the colors of the rainbow that you would ever want, except for maybe yellow. And my book has gotten pretty slim, as you can see. So once I finish using pages, I actually take it out of the book. And so it's gotten pretty skinny. I need to get a new one. I had one recently and I gave it to my mom because she recently has gotten into planning too, and I'm really excited about that. But she has the other Colorful Boxes book. But the Happy Planner has since, after this, which came out a couple of years ago, the original one, they've since released a ton of different types of Colorful Boxes sticker books. So they're all super functional, super handy to have. So the next favorite for me for 2020 is actually another oldie but a goodie, and this is one of the original Color Story books. I think it was like the first or second. And again, this one has gotten really skinny too because I've used a lot of pages from it, but it is just one of those sticker books where everything is color coordinated in groups of like 5 or 6 pages, and if you want to do one spread with all the same color scheme and be guaranteed that it's going to look beautiful at the end, you want to reach for one of these Color Story books. And I have pretty much all of the Color Stories that they've since released, but as they progressed, I think the themes got a little bit more specific, and the earlier Color Story sticker books, even though the pages are color coordinated, they're not really following a specific theme. So actually, sometimes when I'm planning and I'm not necessarily like going by one of these color schemes, but I need, for example, a purple box, I know that I can go to these books and it's bound to have a box of the color that works with my planner. And this one in particular has a whole black and white and gold section, which comes in super handy as well. All right, so the third book that I have is a quotes book, this Happy Quotes book. I actually got this pretty recently, even though it's not very new. And I love having a quotes book nearby whenever I'm planning, because if you have some empty space and you don't have any plans to put in, you're not quite sure what kind of decoration to put in, you can't go wrong with putting a quote. And this book has just so many beautiful, colorful quotes in really, really cute font, and most of it is on clear paper, which is great. And then there are some box stickers as well, but this one's one of my favorites. It also is kind of color coordinated, and each of the sets of pages go with a certain theme. I also really love the original quotes book and the gold star quotes, so I always keep these handy because it will be helpful in really any spread that you do. So that's Happy Quotes. All right, number 4, I have to put a seasonal sticker book in my group of favorites because I am definitely a seasonal planner, but particularly this year, since I started doing the memory keeping in the Big Happy Planner, this has been one of my all-time favorite sticker books to go to. It basically, I mean, it is what it says it is. It goes by the seasons and groups all of the stickers by holiday. That was just Valentine's Day, there's Halloween, fall, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas and New Year's. And I've already used a ton of stickers from this sticker book, even though, again, it's fairly new to me. But I love that I can come in here, pick just a couple of really decorative stickers from this book, and I pretty much am set for like a memory keeping spread. So I love this one. And then last, this is kind of an interesting pick, but I found that I actually use this sticker book really, really often, despite how specific it is. It really is, you know, just for celebrations. But I mean, we celebrate things all the time in our lives, and whether it's an anniversary or birthdays or, you know, baby showers, engagement parties, all of that. So this book has got you covered, and whether it's even just celebrating some like accomplishment or achievement, it's really handy to have because this book has like banners and balloons and a lot of great colorful boxes. So this is my last favorite sticker book, and mine is kind of thick, actually, you can see, because I actually went through a lot of my other sticker books that had birthday stickers or celebratory stickers or birthday cakes, and I took them out and I put them all here in one place. That way I know that when I'm looking for one of these stickers, I just come to this particular sticker book and I'm not sifting through, you know, 80 different sticker books to go through. Not that I have 80 sticker books. Although sadly, I might be getting there. So those are my 5 favorite sticker books for 2020. So very functional, and then seasonal, and then celebratory. Okay, so this is the next category, and this little caddy looks a little crazy, but I promise it's an organized mess, and it works for me for all of my planning needs. But I'm going to go through my writing utensils. That's the next category that I want to tackle. And so if you are interested actually in seeing how I put this caddy together and where I got everything, let me know in the comments below, and I can do a quick video on how I organize all of my planning tools and planning accessories. But for the writing utensils that I have been loving the most this year, of course, is the Pilot G2. It's the fine tip 0.38 millimeters. And this is the pen that I use every day in my classic and in my big memory planner. I love that it has a super fine tip and the ink is really smooth. It is a gel pen, and they're not that expensive. I got them in a pack of like 5 or 6 on Amazon for a couple of bucks. So that's that. Next is, of course, everyone's favorite and my favorite as well, one of my favorites as well. This is the MUJI gel pen. And this one is in the 0.5 millimeter tip. And my favorite of theirs is actually the 0.38, but I ran out. I don't have any more. And unfortunately, they've closed all of the MUJIs in the area where I live. And so it's gonna be a while before I can get another one of these pens. So that's another favorite. The next pen that is a favorite, everyone I'm sure knows this because of Ali from According to Ali, but it's the white Jelly Roll pen by Sakura, and this is a 0.8 millimeter. And this is super helpful for when you are wanting to white out lines on your planner that go under clear stickers. That way you don't see like that black line underneath your sticker. Super, super handy, and I'm like halfway through this one, and I haven't even been using it for that long. Next are brush pens. So the 2 brush pens that I use in my classic size planner are these. These are the Tombow Fudenesuke pens. Oh my gosh, I'm totally butchering the name of that pen, but I will link all of these items down below. And so please excuse my pronunciation, but these are fine brush tip pens, and oh geez. And basically there is a hard tip one, which is the blue. Hang on, let me put this down. Which is the blue, and then there is the soft tip, which is the black. And they both work equally well for me. I have had these both for about a year or a year and a half now, and I do use them pretty regularly. So the tips have kind of taken a beating, and the ink comes out a little bit more quickly now, and they tend to bleed a little bit more. But when they were new and fresh, they worked well, and I think I just need to get a new pack. But these, I got these 2 in a pack of 2 off of Amazon. And of course, Crayola Super Tips, everyone's favorite. If you don't mind having like slightly larger letters, then this is an excellent tool, excellent pen to have. I just have the black one in my caddy because that's the one I use the most, but I do have a pack of all different colors that I keep in a drawer somewhere. But this is great also for brush lettering, especially if you're a beginner, because the tip is very firm and it's very forgiving. All right. The next set of pens are these Micron pens. These are, again, by Sakura, and these are fine tip. They're kind of markers, but they are so fine that you use them like a pen. But this one's teeny tiny, and they're great for, again, if you like to write very, very small. If you have tiny handwriting, this is good for inside of your planner. And this is the 0.3 millimeter tip, and this one's tiny. This one's the 0.25 millimeter tip. They're also great for doodles if you are like a bullet journaler. So those are that. Next I have a mechanical pencil, and this one I just actually got from Daiso. And it is a super fine, I think this is, 0.5 millimeter lead. And I use this for whenever I am not sure where I want to place like letters, or before I do my brush lettering, if I just want to write it down in pencil first. This is really helpful because I'm still not the greatest at brush lettering, and sometimes things are crooked, and so this just makes sure that everything's centered, everything's straight. And in order to erase the pencil marks afterwards, I have this. And both of these actually are from Daiso, my all-time favorite store It's basically like the Japanese dollar store, but they carry a lot of very functional and very cute stationery. And so this is a little eraser that comes out just like a mechanical pencil would, and it works really well. It's a fine tip, so you can really just erase the areas where you need to. So I use those two in combination all the time. And I think that is it for my most commonly used writing utensils. Now, while I have the caddy here, I'm also going to show you guys my other planning tools that I use most commonly. And number one, first and foremost, you can't really do without, or I can't do without, a blade. And again, this is from Daiso. It is one of those blades where you can break the tip off because they do dull fairly quickly. I use these to cut a lot of things, like even if I'm making dividers for my planner and I'm cutting through like thicker either plastic or cardboard, I will use this. And so this tip here will get very, very dull quickly, and you just snap off the first segment of this when it does get dull, and then the bottom ones are sharp again. So and then it's retractable, so very, very safe. So I keep that here in my caddy as well. Next, you also can't do without some scissors, and this one is so old. It's a Crayola pair of scissors that I probably have had since elementary school, and so that just stays here. It still works really well, very handy. And then this one I recently picked up actually at the dollar store. It was in the crafting section, and I got this because it's so small and fine, so if I'm ever cutting anything really, really tiny, this will come in handy. So I keep these two right on hand. Okay, so the next two things that I use are these rulers. I'm gonna move the caddy out of the way to show you guys these two. So both of these I got, again, from Daiso. So I have a larger one and a smaller one. What I love about this larger one is it has this kind of styrofoam grippy backing to it. The front is metal and then the back is this grippy material. And so what's really nice is sometimes when I'm cutting things like plastic for dividers, metal on the plastic will tend to move around, and number one, that's dangerous, and then number two, it makes your lines crooked, right, when you're trying to cut. And so this little grippy edge is backing is really, really handy. You can see I'm trying to move it around here and it doesn't really move at all. So I love this. It's very long, 12 inches. It also is helpful for cutting like scrapbook paper. I don't have a paper cutter, so I just use this with my X-Acto knife to line up and get a straight edge for cutting. So that's the big one. And then this teeny tiny little one is super cute. It has a little pouch. And again, this is from Daiso as well, but it's so small. And what I love using this for is when I'm cutting stickers that are already in my planner. So some people use like a gift card as a straight edge. I just use this tiny little ruler. It's very, very, it's very thin, and I can get it right up, like lined up against the edge of the sticker where I want to cut. So love that. This is also helpful if I want to cut the sticker when it's still in the sticker book also, because it's so small and maneuverable. So these two, again, I just keep in my caddy here. And next set of tools are tape, I guess, tape runner, whiteout like items. And this one I keep on the side of my caddy. It's just double-sided tape. I mean, this has, again, 1,000,001 uses, but whenever you're using like scrapbook paper or wanting to tape photos in your planner, I use this double-sided tape, and it just hangs right here on the side of my caddy. And then these are my most commonly used washi tapes of 2020. And I stick with black and white because I know they're gonna go with every spread regardless of what the color scheme is, and I just go with some of the classic patterns that I think are really cute. There's this kind of spotty polka dot one, and I have 2 stripes and another thin polka dot strip of washi. These thin washi strips are really handy if you want to put them like at the top of your sections. And this one is just like a buffalo check or a plaid black and white one, and I've used this a ton since probably around Halloween. It goes well with fall decor, it goes well with holiday and Christmas decor, so I've used this one a lot. And I keep them all just on this like metal chain. It's like a little keychain, and I hang it off the side of my caddy so I can keep it all in one go. I don't even bother taking them off the chain when I use them. I just kind of use it and then keep everything all together and put it right back. At the bottom of the caddy here, everyone has one of these too, I'm sure. It's correction tape. It's for whiting out larger like pictures or images on stickers or on your planner where you don't want to necessarily sit there forever with like the white jelly roll, then you just use some whiteout and cover it up with a sticker and you're all set to go. So again, this was either from like the dollar store or Daiso, nothing fancy, and it works really well for me. And okay, so the last two items I keep on the side here of my caddy, and these are the Happy Planner checklist stencils. It's really hard to see because they are see-through, but you can see they have these blue lines on either side so that you can line it up with the check boxes, and then it's just a stencil. There's a circle checklist stencil, and then this one is the boxes. And mine are super dirty, as you can see, because I use them all the time. Sometimes I just use, they also have the lines. Sometimes I just use the boxes, like the checklist boxes, and then sometimes I just use the lines. For example, in my big Happy Planner for memory planning, I actually just put in these lines because I am awful at trying to write in a straight line unless I have some guidance. And so I just use these, and they work fantastically well and have held up. Again, I've had these for multiple years. And then of course, I can't forget my cutting mat. I used to just cut on my dining room table, and that, you guys, that is an awful idea. I have so many little like cut marks now on my dining room table. It's not a good idea. I got this cutting mat from the dollar store. Again, they also have it at Daiso, but it's not that big. But then again, I'm not cutting like huge sheets of paper most of the time. I'm just cutting tiny little stickers. And so this is amazing. It works perfectly well with this X-Acto knife. It doesn't leave any kind of marks on this paper or on this cutting mat. And what I love about it also is it has this grid, and so I can line things up, make sure I have a square edge, particularly for stickers where I want them to line up well inside of the boxes. So this leads me to my next accessory, which I love. Let me grab it, hang on. So this leads me into my next accessory, which I use with this all the time, which is wax paper. You all know, according to Ali started this trend, this wax paper trend, and it is amazing. I am so thankful for her. I'm sure the entire planner community is thankful to her for doing this. But she introduced us to the world of wax paper, which is amazing for putting stickers on as you're pre-planning. And the wax residue sometimes sticks to the back of the stickers, and so then it makes it not as sticky as well, so you can reposition them more easily in your planner. But this is like a whole roll that I got a year ago again, and I've barely used any of it because you can reuse the wax paper. And what I also do is I use this for cutting my stickers. So I'll put a sticker on the wax paper and I will put it on my cutting mat, and that way I can line it up. If, for example, if I want to cut just like a border of a box sticker to use, then I'll put it on here, line it up, and then use my ruler and my X-Acto knife to cut it down. So super, super handy to have all of those close by. So the next item is another planner accessory, and this is the pencil pouch. This is the silicone pencil pouch that came with the, I think it was the Wild Style Be Happy box. And I love this pencil pouch for on-the-go planning. One, because it's silicone, really sturdy, but two, it holds its shape. So I can just set it here, open it up, and I can see everything inside. Right now I'm just holding like some, I don't even know what I'm putting in here, just some sticky notes and like a really old eraser and pen. But whenever I take this on the go, I'll just empty it out, put whatever is in my planning caddy that I need into this pouch, and then I'm all set to go. Next, I love these little envelopes. Initially, when I started receiving them as like part of my squad boxes, I wasn't quite sure what to use them for, but I have found the perfect use now for storing little scraps of stickers, actually. For example, sometimes I come across a sticker and I think in my head, oh, this would be really great to use, you know, for a specific week. For example, I came across these two like New Year's stickers that I wanted to make sure that I used in my upcoming New Year's spread, but it was in some like random tiny sticker pack. And so instead of just putting it back and then relying on myself to remember, which oftentimes I don't. I tore this sheet out and then I put it in this little envelope, and this can just snap into your planner and you have it right there on hand. And you can even put it, like I'll sometimes put it inside of the blank week where I know I want to use these stickers, and they're right there handy for me when I need them. The other things I keep in here, this is kind of weird, but you know, like the tops of the sticker books? Here, let me show you. So for example, the tops of these sticker sheets, if it's paper, there's a little white strip, and instead of wasting them and just throwing it away, I actually have cut some of them down out of the sticker book. And what these are really handy for is if you ever have a little image or something on your planner where you want to cover it up with white sticker paper, or if you wrote something and made a mistake or made a typo, this is really handy to come in, and you don't even have to like go out and buy like Avery label paper. That's probably not even as good quality as the sticker paper, not as thick. And I just keep these little scraps in the same envelope so that everything is all there for when I need it, and you can clip this right into your binder. So they come in all different sizes, as you guys probably already know, but this is actually one of the smaller sizes, and it's perfect for just the little sticker scraps that I want to keep around. So that's that. Okay, so the next category that I wanted to share with everyone, this is actually, I think this is the last category of items, is for like planner organization and your planning space. So number one, of course, is this planning caddy that I have. And as you can see, it is just a plastic bin that I got again from Daiso with this pink little caddy. And I got this at the dollar store, and it's in like the teacher supply section. And I think oftentimes it's meant for teachers to keep on tables in their classroom so that you can put like markers and crayons and things like that. But I just use it to section out my planning supplies. So I have like my most used planner supplies here, my extra pens that I sometimes use, and then other miscellaneous supplies that don't fit in the other two pouches. And then I set this inside of the Daiso bin so that on the side I still have an area where I can slide my checklist my checklist stencils in. And on the side here, I actually just took some metal binder clips and clipped them to the side. And because these little clips, there's like a little area where you can push it down a little bit, and that actually just fits the ruler really well. I do this because it's a really long ruler. Number one, it doesn't fit in the basket, but also number two, I don't want it, sitting like this in the caddy because it's just too long. I'm gonna poke my eye out with it. So I like tucking it in very snugly right there on the side of the caddy. The binder clips are also great because they create little pegs, and so again, I can just hang my washi or whatever I have on these little metal keychains off the side of the caddy, so they're really easy to get to. I'm not like rummaging around or digging down inside. And then this caddy is a good size for these tiny sticker packs, which I always forget to use unless I keep them on hand. So I actually just rotate them out. Every like couple of weeks, I'll put a new one in here, just a reminder to use them, which this one I haven't been doing a good job of using it, but this is the seasonal student tiny sticker pack, so I gotta remember to use that more. So that just slides right in there. Love this caddy, and I can take it with me, to the living room, to the office, to the couch, wherever I'm doing my planning for that day, and everything is in one place, easy to see, easy to grab. Next is this cutest little trash can, and you can hear there's like stuff inside already. But again, I got this tiny little desktop trash can from Daiso. I love the color. It's like an bluish gray color, and then it's got little bear ears. The top opens super easily like that, and it's got a pretty big opening. You can probably see I have little paper scraps in there, but in the past I would have no place to put my paper scraps while I was planning because my trash can is all the way on the other side of the room or in another room altogether. And so this is very handy to just have on my desk so that I can keep it open, put whatever sticker or paper scraps I have in there, and I can close it up. You'll never see it. And it's still it's even a really cute piece of desk decor. So I love that, just like $1.50 at Daiso. And then this is my final item, and it is not at all a planner or stationery item, but I put this under the organization craft space category because this is what I use to organize all of my planners and keep them all standing up, safe. They're not like stacked on top of each other where I have to like pull from the bottom of the stack to get something that I need. Everything is within arm's reach and I can just reach in and grab it. And so I'm gonna put in a short clip here of what it looks like when they're all stacked up neatly next to each other. And I just put this on the side of my desk. Okay guys, so this is the setup that I was talking about. I forgot to mention earlier that this is actually a dish rack and it's meant for organizing like your dishes in a cabinet, but it's the perfect size for your planners. And so basically you can just stack them up vertically here. Whenever you need one, you can pull it out, and when you're done, just slide it right back in. And nothing is on top of each other. Everything's easily visible, easy to grab. So I just keep this on the side of my desk. All right, guys, so that was my 2020 planner favorites. I hope you enjoyed and got some good inspiration from this video for your own planner needs and planner space setup, I guess. And I'm really excited to be moving on to 2021, and I hope you guys all have a very happy and safe holiday season, and Happy New Year. Bye.